channel, and thank you guys so much for continuously following us and subscribing. If you guys are new, don't forget to click that subscribe button. Today, guys, we will be taking a jab and attempt a try at Haitian macaroni, but this time we will be making it vegan. I'm starting out with some penne pasta. You guys should probably try organic because this one said that it had possible traces of egg, even though it said it had nothing. So be careful with that. But I'm going to also be using some vegan shredded cheese, some butternut squash, peppers, some vegan butter, veganese seasonings, nutritional yeast, and I also tried to make some veggie chunk that will not see the light of day. So sorry guys, that will be a later video. That did not go well. So let's get started. I'm going to start off by chopping my onions. You guys could use white onions, sweet onions, whatever you guys like. It's really up to preference. This is not really a recipe for you guys, but it is just an idea. So please be mindful of that and just be nice. Be loving, be kind. I am American, but this is my try and my attempt at being sure that my amazing Haitian husband still gets a bit of his cuisine, as well as being able to do it in a vegan manner, since that is what we are doing. We are currently transitioning vegans. So we will be using some peppers, red, yellow, as well as orange. And as you guys can see, I'm just chopping those up into some basic, I don't want to say 1 inch, but an inch or an inch and a half. Is really up to the size that you want. Sometimes I like it really big and really small. And that is my daughter Winter gracing you guys with her presence with the help of her dad. Guys, so I have never cut into a butternut squash before, and I have never seen anyone cut into it, so I wasn't expecting it to be this hard. It is like as hard as a sweet potato. So I know some people like to heat theirs up a little bit to make sure that it's easier to cut. It literally almost broke my peeler, so I was like, oh my gosh, let me just let you guys know that. But I'm just going to go ahead and cut this up as well into some nice size squares. And we're going to be doing the same thing for our little potatoes, and as well as the other half. And I realized, guys, I had way too much squash. I could have just squashed that and used half of it, but I absolutely did not know. So we did have a lot of mashed squash left over, which would have been awesome for my daughter. So it's really up to you guys, but I would say use a smaller size squash. And I even used 2 boxes of macaroni of pasta. So if you guys are using only 1 box, you really don't need that much. And I used 3 small potatoes, but if you guys want to level out the color, because mine was pretty orange, you can go ahead and use more potatoes and less squash. So our pasta is boiled and ready to go, but I needed this pot, so Ricardo challenged me to dump everything out of this to put the pasta in this bowl, and I did it, and we lost 3 soldiers. May they rest peacefully. Potato, and potato. Okay, we lost them. We will see them on the other side. I'm going to slowly fill up my bowl to make sure all of my squash stays on my cutting board, so that I can make this transition. So we will be boiling this squash and potato chunks until they are nice and soft and ready to squash. So this is my homemade vegan butter. You guys do see this in a vegan butter container, but I was starting to realize that it was getting a bit pricey, so I made my own. If you guys want to see me make that recipe, please ask me in the comments below and I'll go ahead and make it. So I went ahead and I sauteed my peppers and onions until they were nice and golden brown, and I'm just going to go ahead and put those to the side while I prepare my sausage. Now usually in my Haitian macaroni I got in, I use turkey meat, so nice slices of turkey from the deli. Sometimes I really like to get it fresh, or you can get it however you want, but this time I don't know about any vegan sandwich meat. If you guys do know, please let me know in the comments below so that I can know what to do for next time, because I absolutely miss sandwich meat. But I will be using this to substitute for that. Now I did just defrost it and take it out of its casing, because I didn't want to have that casing slash what we know as skin inside of our pasta. I'm just going to go ahead and cook this well up until it's nice and brown, and I'm seasoning it, and I'm throwing in some completed seasoning, because I mean it completes it. You get it? It completes it. Complete seasoning. Okay, so I am just going to be making this into smaller bits to make sure that it spreads properly over our 2 pans of pasta, because we kind of like run through this pasta. And guys, we are transitioning vegans, so we're not 100% plant-based or 100%, well, we are 100% plant-based, but not like fruits and vegetables. Like, we're transitioning, but there's no meat or anything in our diet, so we do still use this meat. I will be using this butter. I measured it so you guys could know. I used 3/4 cups of butter, and that is once again vegan butter. And I'm going to go ahead and squash my squash in the back. And once I was squashing it and I looked at the butter proportions and everything that I had, I was like, man, this looks like a lot. But so I took a bit, and I'm going to go ahead and add my nutritional yeast. Going to go ahead and not measure that. We're just going to put it like nice and free and put a little bit more for the homies, you know. Fill it up, fill it up. And I'm going to actually take a little bit more of that squash because I just really want to make sure that there's enough of this cheese sauce to go over my 2 pans of pasta. Now here I was grabbing my veganese. As you guys may know, with the Tabitha Brown method, she added some yogurt. I did not have any vegan yogurt on hand, but I do have my veganese. So that is what I'm going to be adding. And if you guys would like to use something else, like I know that some people use sour cream and different things like that, that's absolutely fine as well. I'm guessing. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I went ahead and I put my veganese, and you guys, I am loving the way that this looks already. Like, the color is looking good to me. It is like slowing down with the simmer. Like, it is smelling good. And I'm just gonna pop that mozzarella cheese right on in there and mix it on in. Now, I did see that they used 1 bag of orange and 1 bag of white pasta in the Tabitha video, but I will be using 1.5 of white and half of this cheddar that you see. So here is my other half of white, and I will be saving the other half to put on top of our pasta pans. Now you guys can see it is nice and creamy and cheesy right here. If this is the consistency that you guys want, that is absolutely fine. You can go ahead and throw that into your pasta dish. I think it would actually be nice because the chunks would melt and kind of bind it together. I think for 2 pans I could have used double the cheese, but I am absolutely okay with this consistency. I'm actually going to be making a bit more loose and a bit more smooth, so I will be adding the vegetable broth once again, like Tabitha suggested. You guys can't always follow the recipe, but we can try to stick to it as much as possible, you know what I mean? So this is me adding my vegetable broth, and you guys just look at that. Like, I could just put this like to the side in a bowl with some nachos, like nacho cheese, like y'all, it's where it's at. I'm just happy with this. So we're just gonna add that cooked pasta to a bowl, or from the bowl into the pan, as you guys can see. Then I'm going to add half, or just a bit more than half, of that pepper and meat that we had to the side, because I just want to make sure that it's enough to split between the two. And from here, I want to get my other pan ready, so we're just going to mix that together and drop it back into our pan. So sometimes here, this will be the point where I add some mayo or some, in this case, veganese. I don't know why I forgot that step or I skipped that step, but that's absolutely fine. If you guys can see this nice and bubbling cheese in the background, I'm just going to go ahead and add that to our pans and mix it on in. Now, I just wanted to make sure that I coated every bit of pasta in this cheese sauce. And honest to God, if I could have gone back, I would have just blop some extra cheese slices and pieces into this, because like that's how my mom raised us, like to just put like big chunky pieces of cheese throughout your pasta, so when you dig into it, not only do you hear all that cheese gushing and stuff, you also get like the lines and all that good stuff. But you know, vegan cheese is not that nice to the pockets. So we're just going to let that slide. Here I'm just going to go ahead and throw that cheese on top. And honest to God, guys, like next time I will just mix it into my cheese sauce because it just did not melt well. It did not melt the way that I wanted it to melt. It could be because I was hungry and rushing it. It could be because of the brand, but that's okay. So this is our mac out of the oven. I don't know if I should have left it in longer because I really don't like the fact that my vegan cheese did not melt on the top. But hey, it's not like real cheese, as you guys can see here. It is trying to get there, or it was trying to become translucent, but that's fine. I went ahead and put it on a plate, and I just want to go ahead and test it for you guys. Alright, that's how we looking. Now I will put the camera on me so you guys can see my honest opinion. Hold on, let me see. Alright, y'all, so now I might be looking crazy, but I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, I know it's hot. Y'all can see that steam. So we'll try it again. The seasoning is good, but it's this thing that I do, or I taste when I have vegan mac. Well, it's kind of like a grit or a grainy. And I guess we can expect that since, once again, it's not real cheese. But, it tastes really good. I'm not gonna lie about that. The flavor, the seasoning, and all that good stuff is good. But it got a grit to it. No, maybe next time we can add more. I'm hungry, y'all. Forgive me. It was good. It was really good. Is it the perfect replica? Like, does it taste exactly the same as real mac, real Haitian mac, real Haitan? No. But is it good? It is good. And you guys do it better than me, because I'm not perfect and I don't make this perfect, and I'm simply an American that recently turned vegan that tried to make vegan Haitian mac. And just to give you guys any idea, and just to give you guys the way that it looks. And that is my toddler and my 8-month-old in the background. So, oh yeah, that bite right there must have had some cheese, some cheddar cheese in there. This is good. This is really good. So next time I may actually use some tapioca flour. Add the tapioca flour because I hear that that's what's in a lot of the vegan cheese. That gives it more of a stretch. And I may actually blend it to make sure that it's really smooth. And also, I may consider adding more veganase or use yogurt like Tabitha said. But that's pretty much it. So you guys can go ahead and leave your comments. What you think I could have did better. What you guys think. Do you guys want to try it? Is it worth it? Anything. Go ahead and leave a comment below. Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you soon. Bye.